Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shad. It is Saturday, and it's a day where I usually sit around and clean up my sneakers and, relax a little bit before the weekday starts. So I was going through the closet this morning, and I was thinking about all of the shoes that I've actually been through. Over the years, I've had hundreds and hundreds of pairs of shoes. I've sold a tremendous amount of sneakers. I've given some away. I've traded up for other sneakers and things like that over the years. And so, I was taking inventory of some of my favorite shoes and thinking about some of the shoes that I got rid of that I wish I never did. I wanted to do this video really quick just to share with you guys some of my pickups that I regret either selling, trading, or getting rid of over the years. So as I'm cleaning up my shoes, I just want to share with you guys some of my top 5 shoes that I regret ever getting rid of. So first on the list, I'm gonna say the 2001 Air Jordan 3 black cements. I was 19 years old, and I was young and I didn't have much knowledge in the sneaker game. I'll say that. I didn't know much about the sneakers, as far as like resale value or anything like that. I didn't even know shoes had resale value back then. But I do remember picking up that shoe, going to work and sharing the shoe with some friends, and then thinking to myself, I don't have anything to wear with this shoe. I have no fits for the shoe. So what I ended up doing was taking the shoe back to Finish Line. I told one of my best friends that I was actually getting rid of the shoe. He went to the store and picked it up, and ever since then, that was like, I call that my unicorn. It's no longer my unicorn because I have the 2018 black cement. Thank you, Jordan brand, for re-releasing those with the Nike Air on the back. So I had the 2011 release, I had the Countdown pack, and it was never the same. Thankfully, I was able to get my hands on the 2018 black cements, and they will never leave the collection today. So number 1 was the Jordan 3 black cements from 2001. Second on my list, we'll fast forward to 2006. So I had a connection way back in the day in Arizona, and the store used to call me that Thursday before release. They always, hey Rashad, we've got this shoe coming in. Do you want this shoe? We'll save it for you. I used to get a 20% discount on the shoe on release date. You no longer have a Jordan account, but it was my plug back in the day. So I had almost any shoe that I wanted, any Jordan release that I wanted at my disposal. So in 2006, the DMP pack released. I had no problems getting my hands on them. It was an easy pickup for me. Same thing, hey Rashad, you want this shoe? Save it for me. Picked it up, gold box and everything. I was working that Saturday. I took the shoe into my job, sat it on my desk, and just looked at it, just this big gold box. One of my favorite packs that ever released, and I had it. And as soon as I got it, a lot of people were hitting me up trying to either buy them from me, trade up for me, anything they can do to get their hands on it. I had a buddy in Oregon. I think he worked for Nike. I can't remember. We've since then fell out of touch, but he kept hounding me every day. Hey, can I get those? Can I get those? I'll trade you. I'll pay this and that. So I ended up trading him my Countdown pack for 2 pairs of Pure Money 3s and $300. If you think about how much the DMP pack is worth today, and if you look at the Pure Money 3s, like, you don't see too many people rocking Pure Money 3s from back in 2006 anymore. They're probably either crumbled or, they've been worn to the ground. Either way, I no longer have either the Pure Money 3s. I ended up selling both pairs, and who knows what I did with that $300. But needless to say, the Countdown pack is no longer in the collection. I'm kind of torn about that. I no longer have that, but at the time, money was talking. I did what I had to do. Next up on the list Now this shoe, I will say, is the epitome of hype. This shoe was one of the first shoes that really set things off with the hype beast and the sneaker community. The South Beach 8s. Now, I didn't get the shoe on release date. The LeBrons were really dope to me. I did have the OG color, the black, the first release that came out, but I could not get my hands on the South Beach. I think resale, like, there were a couple $100s, and you know, I was not willing to pay, you know, that much for that shoe. I thought that was a lot for that shoe. I had a connect in the East Coast, this guy out of New York, and he used to always hit me up as well. He's like, hey, I got my hands on this shoe, you know, I'll hit you up with a good price. So he ended up selling me the LeBron 8 South Beaches for $230. I don't know if it was like a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever happened, that shoe blew up. And now if you remember, you know what that shoe did. Like, and out of nowhere, it just blew up. And so the price of the shoe started climbing higher and higher, and the guy who sold me the shoes would hit me back all the time. He'd be like, hey, can I get those back? I kind of regret selling them to you for that price. I'm a little upset that I sold them to you for that price. And I was like, no, I'm gonna keep them. I like the shoe. I love the shoe. And you know, I waited a few months, maybe 5 or 6 months, and you know, somebody hit me up with a price, and at the time the price was $450. I think that high wave had came back down, you know, and they weren't going for too much. I think they're like around $400, $500, $600, nothing too crazy. And I let them go. I let them go for like $430. I doubled my money, but I didn't have the shoe anymore. I actually don't know how much they're going for today. I haven't checked up on the South Beach 8 since, you know, a little after I got rid of them. You know, it's a shoe that I would love to have back in the collection. I think that, you know, I wasn't bold enough to wear colors like that. They had bright peak laces along with the black, and it was just a shoe that was out there. So for me, you know, I got rid of them and I wanted them back, but I'm not really pressed to have them back in the collection. So the next release that I regret getting rid of is not a super hype shoe. It's a dope shoe to me. The reason why this shoe is on the list is because I tried to get this shoe years later and I haven't been able to see them for sale. When they do pop up, they're not a price that I want to pay for them, so I kind of just, you know, the Kobe 2 Orcas. First and foremost, Kobe rest in peace. I remember having those. I got them from East Bay, I believe, and I think they were like 120, 130. I can't even remember. That Concord, that white and that black, that combination was just really dope. It had the little magnetic straps on the shoe. I thought they were a cool touch. I really liked that shoe. That zoom technology was really dope. You know, the Kobe 2s are one of my favorite basketball shoes of all time. I had them. I didn't have them for long. I ended up getting rid of them. I sold them on eBay, I believe, you know, for not much. I don't even think it was over retail. You know, as time went on, I was like, man, if I think about the shoes that I wish I still had, that shoe always came up at the top of that list. Man, those Kobe 2s, I miss those Kobe 2s. And I tried to get them. I've seen them every once in a while. They pop up, but they were going for like $400 or $500 in my size. And I couldn't justify spending that kind of money. I was hoping that Nike would re-release the shoe, that they would retro the shoe, and then the unfortunate events happened. You know, we lost Kobe, and you know, I started looking for prices on that shoe, and it was just insane at the beginning. Like, it was like $600, $700, $800, and I was like, you know, I can't do it. I can't spend that money. So that shoe is a shoe that's on the list. I really want to have back in the collection. You know, if I can find them, you know, $200, $300, you know, I might be willing to pay that for them. But anything more than that, I don't know if it's worth it. All right, so I lied and I said I don't have like a top regret. However, this shoe is probably going to be my biggest regret, and it's my most recent regret as well. November 2018, you guys know what it is. Jordan Brand Union collaboration. That one was hype. Like, and it came, like the news of the shoe came really fast. You know, you knew about it, but you didn't know exactly, you know, how it was gonna go. I remember being on the Union LA website, the Jordan launch site, and I was sitting there around 9 o'clock, you know, and you know, it had the big Jordan Union. It had Union Jordan on the screen, and then I would keep refreshing, and I don't know, out of the blue, the site opened up, the shoes were there. I hit black toes, size 12, my size. It was the biggest pickup that I have had to date. I was hyped. It took a long time for them to ship, and I was nervous because a lot of people's orders were getting canceled, and I thought mine would be one that would be canceled. I was like, I need that shipping confirmation. I would always hit up people, say, hey, did you get a shipping confirmation on the shoe? Did you get your shipping confirmation? I haven't got mine. And maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later, I finally got my shipping confirmation, and then I had it in my hands. To this day, one of the most beautiful shoes that I've had ever. The Jordan 1 Union black toes. Beautiful shoe. I wasn't even a big fan of the Jordan 1s for the longest time. And you know, as maybe around 2016, 2017, I started picking up a pair here and there, and I started liking them. I liked the way they looked on feet. I liked the way they felt. They weren't the most comfortable, but I could style them with anything, and I was like, this is a versatile, dope shoe. It's a classic shoe, and you know, resale value on the Jordan 1s is insane. To this day, I don't understand how the resale value on that shoe in so many colors is always decent. With that, the bug hit me, that resale bug. My buddy put me on to StockX. I was late to StockX. I never touched StockX. I was never on StockX or anything like that. And I started looking around, and I saw that the Union 1s were going for just these ridiculous prices. $900, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 for the Jordan 1 Union. And I was thinking, I was like, nah, I can't get rid of these. This is dope. This is my favorite pickup of 2018. For a lot of people, they're grails. It's hard to come by. One of my favorite shoes, no doubt. And I was like, nah, I can't do it. So I would go back and forth. And my man was like, just do it, man. You get your money, and then you can turn around and buy them back again. And you know, the difference you'll pay will be the difference. You know, so if I sold the shoes for $900, I only paid $190 for the shoe. You turn around and buy it for $1,100, then it's only an extra $200 that you're paying if you're really thinking about it. So I was like, you know, that math makes sense to me. I'm like, okay, it's starting to sound a little bit better, a little bit easier for me to go ahead and let go of them. And I sold them. I sold them for $1,130. I got my little bit of money, and I was hyped. I was like, all right, cool, you know. And you know, I've waited. I'm like, nah, you know, last holiday season, they were on sale. Like a lot of the reseller sites, they had a, you know, discounted 15%, 20% off, whatever. So the shoes were about like $1,300, $1,400. You know, mind you, by that time, that $900 that I had made profit was already gone. I blew that throughout the year. 2019, I had a lot of pickups, and you know, so today I still don't have them in the closet. And the last time I checked the prices on StockX for that same shoe, it was $2,300 for the Jordan 1 Union black toes. And now that math doesn't make sense. Now I'm back up another $1,200 that I have to pay on the shoe, and it's hard for me. Like that one stings. And I tell my friends about it all the time, man. That Union 1, I had it. They say you can't miss what you never had, but damn, I miss those shoes. Damn, I miss them. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you letting me share my story with you guys while I'm cleaning my shoes here. You know, got my Todd Snyder 997 Loves that came out in 2019. One of my favorite shoes from 2019. You know, post a comment below. Post a comment below. Let me know what some of your bigger sneaker regrets are, whether you regret getting the shoe or selling the shoe. Let me know. So until the next time, I'll catch you guys. As always, I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that button. And if you like this video, hit that like button as well. And I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.